Hello, Solomon.
Hello, old friend.
I feel like I know you were talking before about how there's many changes coming in the new energy beings, and I know my son is definitely a new energy being, but um, I've kind of taken steps to try to not read as much of the news and be involved as much in world events, but it's and to try and keep a positive outlook and how we project our own energies and how we can collectively increase the vibration. But is there anything else that we should be doing as people who are recognizing the changes that are happening, how we can improve the outcomes of and I don't want to say his name, so but just we all know who it is, but just how we can improve the situation across the world and how we can improve the situation for our new energy beings that are coming into the world.
We always come back to the same thing, and sometimes we feel that we are repeating ourselves, and oftentimes we are, but we'll come back to this again. The first thing that we recommend always is to put your attention on yourself. Until you get that wrapped up nicely into a box, until you figure out exactly who you are and how you are representing your being to the world around you, there is no sense trying to think about what can I do for these people out here? What can I do about this guy down here? What can I do about the people on the other side of the world? How can I be of service? You will get to that point naturally, but first, all of you need to take time to reflect inward. If you are still experiencing the idea of the Trumps in the world, you are living still in a paradigm that is conducive with that, yes? The only way to get yourself out of that paradigm and into another one is to gravitate there from an energetic level. Now, we understand you can't possibly do that on your own because you are part of a whole. But the more of you who get to this centered point individually and in tune with others that are also doing that, the scales will begin to tip, yes? So, the scales have tipped in the favor of equality, in the favor of compassion, in the favor of love, in the favor of all the things good and nice, yes? But the scales have only slightly tipped, so it still feels a little bit precarious, yes? We suggest not buying into the precariousness, because every time you do, it gets a little bit wobbly because you become wobbly, yes?
Yeah.
Can you not feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you will do this, all of you will do this. You will fall back into the idea of fear, worry, regret, guilt, all those things over here on the not so nice side of things. But bounce back from that quickly. If you're going to listen to the news, but don't necessarily absorb it all. Don't necessarily take it all in. Don't necessarily start thinking about it logically and chronologically and analytically so much as energetically. Bring yourself back to this feeling of solidness that you know the scales have tipped in the favor of human compassion. Now, what can I do from a personal level? I can stay here. How do I stay here? By living a life of compassion, by living a life of gratitude, by living a life of service, by living a life of divine guidance, by living a life based upon the idea of no expectations of those around me or myself necessarily, based on the idea of non-judgment, based on the idea of non-manipulation and relinquishing the need to control. It's all those lessons that you continually work on, that continually practice. And through the mastering of those, you are, whether you realize it or not, contributing to the weight of the scale going in the direction that you would like it to go. Because every human being, every natural being that you come into contact with, that you have interactions with, isn't picking up on your words necessarily, nor your action. They're picking up on the energetic frequency that's associated with those words and with those actions. So there's a difference. You could be writing all the nicest words in the world all over your house, on your car, your office, a bulletin board, and you could be reading them day in and day out. But if you're not feeling them, if you're not exhibiting it on an energetic level, there's no weight to them. Yes?
Yeah.
So, for you, continue to do the things that you do to practice the things that you would like to practice. Yes?
Yeah.
You are doing this. You have not stopped doing this. You continue to do this. We commend you for your diligence in that.
Thank you.
Yes.